What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. Today's video is actually a collab with my good friend Manga Adventures. The next part will be on his video, so while you're over there, be sure to subscribe and like and all that good stuff. And if you're from his channel, why not consider subscribing to my channel? Now, after all that being said, let's get into today's video. Our story would occur in the time skip between Z and Super, with the change being that Chi-Lai and Lemmo are both members of the Galactic Patrol, instead of being members of the Freezer Force. During one of their normal patrols around the universe, the ship would be hit by an asteroid, knocking its trajectory towards a nearby planet called Vampa. Both Chi-Lai and Lemmo begin screaming in fear as the ship rockets to the ground, ready to crash and kill them. Before it impacts, however, it stops as something catches it. They look and see a very muscular man holding their ship. They exit the ship, thanking the man, asking his name, with him saying Broly. While Lemmo looks at the ship to make sure it isn't broken, Chi-Lai will be talking with Broly about why he's there, learning how he and his father were sent there. Paragus would spot the three and walks over, questioning who they are, and they explain. Seeing a way off the planet, Paragus asks them to take them off the planet, which they agree to, taking Broly and Paragus back to Galactic headquarters. While Chi-Lai and Lemmo and Broly have their typical bonding moments, Paragus would go to the Galactic King and explains the situation. The alien would tell Paragus how Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta, which Paragus wouldn't care about. After some conversations, the Galactic King tells Paragus that he can be gifted a spacecraft for him and his son to leave. However, Paragus stops him. Instead, he has to join the Galactic Patrol. This is very similar to the Freezer Force, and as Saiyans, they do enjoy battle. Although skeptical, the Galactic King would allow this, since having two Saiyans would be quite useful for the organization overall. Paragus and Broly go on plenty of missions, bringing in lots of criminals for the Galactic Patrol. Although Paragus is old, he still has a noticeable power level to where he can hold his own in battle, however typically it won't be him fighting. Broly's arrest record will be second out of the whole Galactic Patrol, with only Meris having more than him. It means that Broly and therefore Paragus get lots of credits, which benefits the old Saiyan, as he lives in luxury while Broly is left with scraps of food. Chi-Lai and Lemmo would feed Broly though, and their friendship would all grow. It would also steal Paragus' remote to stop him shocking Broly like normal. Once returning from a mission, Paragus and Broly would overhear Jocko requesting to go to Earth, to the Galactic King, since Frieza has been revived and is heading there. Hearing this piques Paragus' interest as he asks Jocko what he's talking about, learning the situation at hand. Paragus would request that he and Broly to go along, with Jocko to Earth, which I'm sure the Galactic King would agree to, since having Broly there would greatly help the situation. The three all go to Earth, where they warn Bulma about Frieza coming. Bulma would ask Jocko who his friends are, and he explains, with Bulma mentioning how they're just like Vegeta. Realizing Vegeta is alive angers Paragus, but he knows that if he flies off the handle, it will raise some red flags. So he remains cool while the Z fighters all gather and go to the battlefield to stop Frieza, and make sure the planet isn't destroyed. Before any fighting occurs, Paragus flies over to Frieza, confusing everyone. Shisami is prepared to attack him, but Frieza stops him as he's curious what Paragus will do. The old man bows to Frieza, saying how he pledges allegiance to the Freezer Force. As he does, his son would Frieza accepts, shocking everyone. Jocko shouts that he knew Paragus would betray them, but the old man merely ignores Jocko's rambling. Broly is quite reluctant, but after a bark from Paragus telling him to come over, he would agree, since, you know, he does listen to his father. The first half of Resurrection F Saga plays out normally, with Paragus and Broly watching the carnage at hand. Togama would still fight out the Z fighters, Ginyu still steals his body, and Vegeta and Goku show up, with Vegeta killing Ginyu. Seeing Vegeta triggers Paragus as he barks at Broly to attack, similar to how the movie went, which his son does, beginning battle with Vegeta. While this is all occurring, Goku would use instant transmission to go to Korin's and get senzu beans, giving it to all his friends, so they'll be able to help at the fight, if need be. While Vegeta and Broly fight, Goku and Frieza begin their fight, with Goku and Frieza going blue and golden respectively, swapping hands with each other as Super Saiyan God Vegeta battles Broly. Midway through the fight, Vegeta barks with Goku to swap with him, which Goku agrees to, and they do a swap who they're fighting. As Frieza slowly begins losing stamina due to his stamina issues he had, he barks at Paragus to tell his brat to turn Super Saiyan, which Paragus confesses he can't. This angers Frieza as he prepares a death beam to kill Paragus before Vegeta knocks him away. Paragus breathes easily, dodging death, before a blast pierces his chest, coming from Sorbet. Broly would transform into Super Saiyan and begins to beat up Goku and Vegeta, who would realize they need to flee. Goku uses instant transmission to grab Vegeta, and then Piccolo, teleporting to the lookout to learn the fusion dance like normal. After Broly discards the Sorbet, Gohan, Tien, and Krillin all rush at the Super Saiyan to hold him off, while Goku and Vegeta are away, but they easily get battered around. Broly lands a hard punch onto Gohan, flinging him far backwards. The half-breed lands in Beerus and Whis' dessert, which angers the cat god. We've seen how he gets around his pudding. He shouts that he'll destroy him, as he's surrounded in a purple aura, charging at Broly, where the Destroyer and Saiyan begin battle. At first, Beerus would be angry and more so bloodlusted while fighting Broly, however he begins to enjoy himself more and more through the fight. His power is rising rapidly, exciting Beerus to no end, as he sees Broly as a worthy opponent. Instead of just outright killing him, he begins to toy with him like he did with Super Saiyan God Goku. Broly goes to punch Beerus when Gogeta teleports in the middle, kicking Broly to the ground. Angry, Beerus asks the Fusion how dare he interfere with his fight. Gogeta sweat drops telling Beerus that if he lets him have the fight, then he'll get him some ice cream. Beerus would agree to these terms and leaves. Gogeta and Broly would battle like normal, with Gogeta's pass at the end doing heavy damage to Broly, knocking him unconscious in critical condition. The Fusion then turns to Frieza, who would quickly get in a ship, jetting off the planet immediately. When defusing, Goku flies over to Broly and gives him a senzu bean, healing him back up, which shocks Broly. Goku will tell Jocko that Broly is a good guy unlike his father, making Jocko smile. He asks Broly if he wants to return to the Galactic Patrol, which the Saiyan agrees to since his friends are there, and it's quite fun. Everyone waves goodbye to Broly and Jocko as they leave, with Goku making Broly promise to fight him again. But guys, that's going to leave it here. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below to happen in the next episode. Remember to go over to Manga Adventures channel for the second part, and make sure to subscribe to him or I'll find you and beat up your family. And so yeah, bye!